Good evening and happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. Our dear friend Jesse here from the Pinkerton raid texted us a couple days ago and said, do you guys know that our concert is in the middle of the Super Bowl? Or not the middle, but it's like very similar time.
Start time.
Yeah.
And we said no, we did not remember or really were aware of that at all. So we're here at 5 o'clock. I like it.
It's kind of nice. It's still light out.
Yeah.
I know. It's snowing about 6-7 inches here again after we got 14 inches the other day. So it's good times in Massachusetts. How's it going in North Carolina?
It's pretty nice, actually. Yeah, the last couple of days have been a lot warmer. It rained all day yesterday, so that wasn't great. But today's beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Really nice. How beautiful.
Last time we were in your neck of the woods, our show got canceled because of a couple inches of snow.
It was an inch of snow and it melted in
It was
like
gone the next day.
moments.
Yeah. Well, that's what it does down here.
Yeah, but at least we got to have a sleepover, so that was fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It worked out, I guess.
Hey, Julie.
Tad.
Your lady's here.
Oh, all right. See,
Cool.
you guys are seeing her, but she's right in the other room. But
The beauty of live streaming.
She gets the double concert.
She is so far away, yet so close.
Nice. It's so good to see so many of you here. 20 inches in New Jersey. Jeez, that's
Wow.
horrible. Worcester, Massachusetts just got voted the snowiest city in the U.S. for like the millionth year in a row.
We're good at something.
And yeah, we got less snow than that, but because we're a city, we like make it on lists that other places don't make it. All right, nice. Well, we got the snow details out of the way, and we got really jealous of you being in North Carolina out of the way. Figured it would happen at some point. So for all of you joining us, welcome. This is the 24th anxiety relief, despite the fact that I messed up the Roman numerals and it said 14 all week. It was 24.
It's okay.
And I can't believe we've done 24 of these, and we're so excited to have the Pinkerton raid with us tonight. This is our friend Jesse, and then Derek playing with him. And yeah, thanks for coming. We're gonna kick it off. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. We're gonna hide your faces for a second, even though we like seeing them.
all right.
Hey, Larry.
All right.
This is a song about us falling in love 8 winters ago. Wow. This time of year in this here snowiest city of Worcester. 2, 3, 4. Read me the letter that you wrote on the 1st of January. If my memory serves me, you were out west, thinking of the best way to tell me. And if assumption serves me like it does, well, I would say that we've been writing on the same page this year. So play you this song that I wrote on the 29th day of January. And if my memory serves me, we were locked up in my car, and it was raining. And if assumption serves me like it does, well, I would say that we've been writing on the same page ever since. And if time is just a construct of the mind, I know
notion someone thought of just to keep the trains in line. And I won't be bogged down by the space from then to now.
I'll hold you close till we arrive. We drive on unplowed roads these days in our second January. Oh, and as the winter passes like it does, well, I have faith that we'll be moving at the same pace this year. And as assumption serves me like it does, well, I would say that we've been riding on the same page and always will. Yeah, we always will. And if time is just a construct of the mind, a notion someone made us just to keep our hearts in line, then I won't be bogged down by the space from then to now. I will hold you close. Oh, I will hold you close. Oh, I will hold you close till we arrive. Well, thanks, Franz.
All right.
We've got a lot of
That's great,
friends
guys.
here. We've got Larry, we've got some Jeffs, we've got Tom, my mom, Steven. All right, cool. We're all here. So, friends, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. We realized that we kind of thought that having our little headphone splitter here was like just a sound check thing,
Yeah.
but now that we're into it, we're realizing that Derek can't hear anything you guys are doing, playing, saying, and we have a failed adapter, so it's not powered, so I'm the only one hearing anything.
Great.
Which is okay for the music because we can hear each other fine, but Derek is gonna seem like maybe a really unfriendly or impersonable kind of guy because he's just gonna nod at you. And say,
We're just
"Okay."
going to talk lots and lots of smack about Derek tonight, and he won't know.
They're gonna talk about you.
That's fine. Say whatever you
So,
want.
yeah. I guess, if we have any questions for Derek, we can pass them through Jesse.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll
Yeah.
work for
It's
sure.
the magic of live streaming. This type of stuff, what people don't realize is the 10 minutes before we click go live is usually like a total panic. You guys had to restart the computer like literally at 4:59.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. But that's just how it goes. But it's similar with concerts. It's like
True.
you lose your capo the moment before you go on stage and you're like, oh my God. So, you know what? Cool. So we have a little tradition with our guests that we try in between songs to ask each other questions. They can be like serious about serious things or just dumb. And the first thing in my head that's dumb and that our anxiety relief guests tend to keep track of is, are you guys wearing hard pants tonight or are you wearing soft pants?
Oh wow. They want to know if we're wearing hard pants or soft pants because no one can actually see our pants.
Right.
right.
Yeah, I mean, we might be wearing no pants for all you know.
That is the third option,
that
I
is the
guess.
third.
You could be fill in the blank.
That's right.
Option C is fill in the
That's
blank.
right. No, I'm not. I don't know about you. I'm not much of a soft pants person. I've worn them far more this past year than ever in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But that's only like maybe 1 in 10 days or something. It's not a lot.
Wow.
I'm just too high strung or something for soft pants, I think.
Good
but-
for you.
Wow.
I tend to
good
buy
for you.
exclusively comfortable pants, so it doesn't really matter whether they're soft or not. It's just like I'll throw on jeans because I wear comfortable jeans, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So all
soft.
your
Everything's
pants are
soft in
soft.
your world.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a good one.
Buy soft
We're-
underwear, and then all pants are soft, right?
Perfect.
That's right.
We're pretty much always wearing soft pants, the two of us. So, yeah, Cynthia's shoveling 8 inches in soft pants. That's like where we're at this point, too. Awesome. So, thanks for clearing that up for us, guys. Do you want to play us a tune?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks. This is the new single that we just put out a couple weeks ago. It's called Cinnamon Sweet.
Ooh, she's the cinnamon sweet, lips of fury, her tongue is a flame. Ooh, she's the cinnamon heat, she ain't no faded flower for hearts that fade. You walk down the street, ready to catch your ride. You say so, son, you're gonna catch a fire. The sun will burn you, stay too long. She's fireball taffy, light speed sunlight. Ooh, she's the cinnamon sweet, lips of fury, her tongue is a flame. Ooh, she's the cinnamon heat, she ain't no faded flower for hearts that faint. She's a star ablaze, dressed red with light. You better play the man, born speechless, blind. Her curves are not for your caress. Eyes of my friend, you know how this ends. I said, ooh, she's the cinnamon sweet, lips of fury, her tongue is a flame. Ooh, she's the cinnamon heat, she ain't no faded flower for hearts that fade. I've tasted love, and I learned to wait. Time is right, the ends of days, when words are warm and kindness heats. Just let it boil. Let it stay. I've tasted love, and I learned to wait. The time is right at the end of days, when words are warm and kindness heats. Just let it boil. Let it steam. Just let it boil and let it steam.
All right, it's Cinnamon Sweet.
Woo!
Beautiful. So, you just released that?
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago. It's kind of a big rock and roll song, and we try to figure out how to play it with a couple of acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
Sure,
It feels pretty good though.
Nice.
that's fun.
Yeah.
So, where is it? Where does it live?
It's everywhere. But there's actually a page on our site that's Pinkerton Raid /cinnamon-sweet. You can find it on different platforms, but it's on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple, everything, Amazon.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So we like the order of Bandcamp, then
Yeah.
Apple,
That's right.
then Amazon and Spotify.
That's right.
Got it.
That's right.
All right, folks. Cinnamon Sweets on Bandcamp.
It's mostly on Bandcamp.
It's mostly on Bandcamp.
Right, that's right.
Larry said it sounded good acoustic. Larry also asked you earlier for Jefferson Davis Highway if you can get to it at some point tonight.
Wow.
Okay. No pressure.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, well, I'll see if we can do it.
You can steep on that.
Yeah, all right.
So thanks again, everybody. You know, Jesse and Derek, you might not know, we've had 24 of these now, and often it's such a similar group of people that are coming, and it's so amazing because, you know, when you're coming back every single week and we're playing very similar songs, you know, we've got 3.5 albums worth of music, and so it's not like we're 2.5. It's not like we're playing, you know, from this catalog of thousands of songs like the Beatles would or something, and people just keep coming back and hanging out with us, and we've been really sustained and blessed by the generosity of our little anxiety relief community over the past 24 anxiety relief concerts, and we're super grateful. So thank you all, everyone, for being here and for donating tonight. We're splitting everything in half between us and the Pinkerton Raid, and we really appreciate you supporting live music and independent musicians. It is amazing. So thanks, y'all. Any dumb or serious questions for us?
Yeah, I have a question. You guys obviously have some really like dedicated and loyal people who show up on these live streams, and I'm curious if like you have a sense of most of the people listening are people that you've met like on the road, you know, from touring and traveling, or you know how they found you or how you found them.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. I feel like being a musician is like kind of on the road, and then kind of like the network just blossoms in really wild ways. So like, let's see, for example, first of all, my answer to your question would be yes. I think mostly the people here and the people that are with us so consistently are people that we met out on the road. But like, let's see, Matt Wheeler and Larry, I'd say we met through kind of like connections through the studio where we recorded. And let's see, Steven, we totally met on tour. Matt Wheeler,
it's like when you join the music community, maybe like the folk singer songwriter, you just happen to like meet Matt Wheeler somehow.
True. Matt Wheeler is amazing.
Everybody knows Matt Wheeler.
Everybody knows Matt Wheeler.
So yeah, but yeah, Larry would have been through that through the studio community.
Yeah. So yes, definitely. I think it's been mostly like on the road. So that's the thing that's definitely, yeah, Larry, we met in New Jersey technically. I think we knew of each other through Old Bear kind of, but yeah, that's the thing that's so tough about live streaming is like, you know, it's really hard to make new friends. I love that segue because everyone here, if you click share, then we'll meet new friends, and that would be amazing. So share the video. We'd love that. Matt says we introduced him to Old Bear. Right. So yeah, we met you through just the network of singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
I don't have my memory straight tonight, but
that's okay. It's been 7 years too, so
it's true.
We met a lot of people.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
All right. We're gonna play.
You want to play another tune?
Let's do it.
All right. Cool. We'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna take my headphones off
Same.
to play. I don't really
love
enjoy
'em.
it. Yeah. So this is a tune called Autumn Ham,
Which Matt Wheeler helped us title.
Titled.
Wow.
I know. He should be on staff. In the cool of the autumn sun, I turn to the howling wind and ask her of her mournful song. Where does her pain begin? She does not pause to answer me with words I can record, but with a melancholy movement, she cuts me to my core. As her lonesome lilting lives, her voice grows clear and crisp, rousing the tops of the towering pines, entranced by her influence. They sway in perfect unison in empathetic time, and I lay amongst their sturdy legs as tears fill up my eyes. As I felt the darkness so complete shake the ground beneath my feet and tear into the things I love like a wolf with gnashing teeth. And the sorrow burns within my soul like a bush set all ablaze. Is there nothing I can stand upon that will not fall away? Then a voice from above, the haunting hymn of a dove, calling out o'er the whipping wind, breathing deep and listening, as I sing a song for every sadness, a song for every pain, a song for every brokenness that cannot be explained. I've gathered them inside my heart like seeds carefully sown. They will grow into a tower of light, a shelter from the storm. They will grow into a tower of light, a shelter from the storm.
All right.
All
nice guy.
right. Thank you. We've got all kinds of moms here, which is cute. Thanks for being here, moms. Okay. Should we ask you guys a question now?
I think so. I think that's, yeah, that's how the program works.
What have you got anything?
Well, I'm curious. I know you guys have been releasing singles.
Yeah.
And do you have something coming up?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for asking about that. Actually, yeah, we have a new single called Au Cheval coming out on February 26th. It should be premiering, but before that, but I never quite know exactly when that's going
Right.
to happen. We actually have a video for Cinnamon Sweet. We've been making animated videos this year, which is really fun. And
Ooh.
That's awesome.
that one's coming. That one's premiering on the 11th, which is Thursday, I think. This
Oh,
coming
yay.
Thursday. Yeah, and then the Au Cheval will come out soon after that, but it'll definitely be released to everywhere, on Bandcamp especially.
Especially Bandcamp.
On February 26th. It probably is my favorite arrangement of a song that I've ever put out. So I'm really excited about
That's
that.
awesome.
One. And that's
Without
gonna-
like giving too much away, what what do you think clicked for you on that?
Well, I mean, this last record we kind of leaned into being a rock band, and so I just got more exploratory, I guess, with electric guitar, and so that song's just kind of built around this really sinewy kind of lead part that weaves through everything, and then it really clicked in the studio when our producer David Wimbish started playing this like this offbeat down like really upbeat strumming part in between all the lead lines, and it just like made it feel what it was supposed to be, I think, which is just like really dancey.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty exciting. I can't wait for people to hear it, and that is going to have an animated video with it too.
Awesome.
The other thing about that one too is that it's like it's a song. I tend to take myself and everything else too seriously as a person and as a songwriter.
You too.
And so, but Au Cheval is like, so this whole new album that we're unveiling slowly as singles and will be out all in its totality next year. It's all the songs are like rooted in relationships I have with my family, or in identities of members of my family. That is always a starting place, even if it strays far from those roots by the time the song's done. But Au Cheval is a song about my brother, and we'll actually play it. We'll play it tonight. We'll play an acoustic version of it tonight. But it's about my brother, my youngest brother, and being a youngest brother, he's not a person who takes himself or anything else too seriously. So it's like it's a song about risk, and it's about gambling. It's about like decadence and just like enjoying life, just like living life to the fullest and doing things. It all started because he was willing to wait 4 hours in line for America's greatest cheeseburger at this restaurant called Au Cheval in Chicago, and it just blew my mind. I couldn't
Like,
wrap my mind around
who
it.
has 4 hours
That
to
is
do
like
that?
classic youngest sibling syndrome, though.
Yeah, it is.
We're both like eldest. I'm kind of an only child, kind of eldest. It's a little complicated, and he's the oldest of 4, and we're both just take ourselves way too seriously. And the youngest always, like, his youngest brother is just like free as a bird, and my youngest brother is also free as a bird. So it's just how it goes. That dang mic.
I just all of a sudden this decided to
Oh no.
get up to some funny business. So.
It's the worst. So why don't we go
hold on
through
to that.
I'll go through a couple of these comments really quick then.
Okay.
Cynthia wants you to play an example, but yeah, you will get to that song tonight, which is great. And unfortunately, we can't play like examples of audio music on Facebook Live because that will get us promptly kicked off of Facebook Live. And yeah, we've got Lynn and Tom reminiscing about our like one show that we had this year in Coventry, an outdoor show. It was so fun. And we've got some nice connections networking. I swear there was like another question in here.
I think Larry asked if the last track we sang was recorded.
Oh yeah.
And it is it's almost there.
It is almost there. It's on Patreon right now, but that's it. And then we're in this
The official recording is.
Yeah, we're in this little tiny room working on album number 3, which hopefully we'll finish this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. All right, is your mic feeling better?
I think it's good. Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
perfect. So we're gonna kick ourselves out and let you guys take it away.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys. We're gonna play a song called "Dream and Sun." This is the first single that we put out about 10 months ago for this upcoming record. 2, 3, 4. You were born in winter, with months of Sundays left in dark. Far could do I see to dream. Dream the light in icy fall. Beware the Ides of February. Stinging fingers cling through spring. Baby knows no cold. Her mother's arms a fever dream. Dream brighter. Dream brighter. Dream the sun before it rises. Dream the sun will rise. It'll rise. Rise. You sing our sweetest dream, the oohs and ahs. All our songs, it's time to sing your own. It's time to dream your own. Dream brighter. Dream brighter. Dream the sun before it rises. Dream the sun will rise. It'll rise. Rise. You said places for everyone. No celebration left undone. You make the plans, call for the crowd. Now sip your wine in quiet. Dream quiet. Dream quiet. Dream the sun before it rises. Dream the sun will rise.
I like that one a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, that was great.
Did you guys catch that? I had to put my mom on Do Not Disturb in the middle of that song.
So
So Eric put my dad on Do Not Disturb, like right as we click go
as we're
live.
going live. But the thing that really struck me is the strange way that, as professional musicians, we get conditioned to just deal with these odd moments, and that you can just keep going through the song, even
Yeah.
even while you're silencing your phone.
Or you're like, hey,
Or while-
stop texting me. Send off.
Some person in the cafe watching you has their arm around you and is trying to take a selfie.
So that's a true story. Literally trying to take a selfie in the middle of a song. That was real. And then didn't tip us or like put their email down, nothing. It was just selfie, and then they just walked off out of our lives forever. And then definitely gigs where there are mosquitoes biting your skin
Oh
while you're playing.
yeah.
And that is just like
you just pretend
torture.
it's not happening.
Yeah. I think it's would be a really good way to like execute somebody. Just like slow mosquito bites where you're not allowed to itch yourself. It's the worst kind of torture.
That got really
I
dark.
think
It got
if you run into those things and you're playing solo, you have to be funnier than other people, because
Yeah.
like there's no you can't just keep, like, obviously I couldn't have Derek could keep playing, right? And
Oh yeah.
I can't keep playing and put my mom on Do Not Disturb. So
Yeah.
Barely keep playing. I can
I have
barely contain myself.
Yes, I have seen some amazing solo artists just like stop playing and like pull their phone out and be like, "It's my mom. I need to put her on." And like that is hilarious when you just
Yeah.
stop and you just say what's happening. That's
Right.
always a good tactic too. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, any dumb or serious questions for us?
Yeah. Well, do you have any?
Anyway.
He
Okay.
can't hear us.
Anything.
Sandwiches.
Do you have any dumb or serious questions for them?
I'll piece a few together. I'll piece a few together for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next break.
Next time around. Next time around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did tell dumb show stories, so
That's
that could
true.
count.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, was there a worst moment of something like interrupting you? I mean, I guess you talked about the selfie. It probably doesn't get worse than that. That's
I feel like the selfie was
Invasion
maybe
of
the
personal
worst.
space.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
invasion of personal space in the sense that our body was his to just touch was kind
Right.
of weird, yeah.
I will say that Eric's dad has a tendency to like talk to us while we're on stage. So like we'll be like singing or like telling a story about the song, and he'll just like respond
He'll
like
interject.
like we're having a conversation.
Like, actually, it was like this.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And we're like, okay, this is kind of like there is like a little bit of a third wall, but all right, that's fine. So, but that's not like, it's not necessarily rude. It's just funny. And usually people in the audience are like privy to the fact that he's the dad, so they're usually like think
Yeah.
it's cute. But yeah, my mom agrees. He totally does that. It's very true.
yeah.
In like very small venues, he's just like having a full conversation with us.
We'll lead a sing-along down here in Durham, and we know when we can do that safely. You know, that's by its nature more interactive than playing a show, but I'm still amazed sometimes. Like people, well, I remember one time we had a full band. It was pretty loud, a drum kit, you know, on stage and everything, and somebody came up. And it turned out that she had a request that she wanted us to play, but like when you're playing with a loud band and there are multiple people singing, and you need to be on a mic because you're literally in the middle of singing, you know, it's loud and people can be yelling at you from maybe 6-8 feet away, and you don't know what they're saying, and like in another circumstance you could sort of lean in and you know get close enough to hear, but you know it's like I'm here to serve. I'm trying to make this a good experience for you, but like my hands are really tied up in the moment, and my ears are tied up, and my basically all of me is tied up right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we do stop playing sometimes, and there's a moment there.
And you're like, what's
Yeah.
up?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
going? Like, what
Certainly
do you need?
This must be an emergency.
Is there an emergency? Yeah, my dad was in like a bar cover band for most of my childhood, and it was, you know, when there's alcohol involved, like people in the bar tend to feel really, really like suddenly empowered that they are part of the band, and that would happen a lot. Like, you know, intoxicated ladies coming up to sing and stuff, like just like, oh, okay, you are now part of the band. And we just Eric's mom is now in the stream on YouTube and is concurring with the conversational aspect of our show. So all right, we're gonna kick y'all out and we're gonna play something.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks again, everybody, for being here. So nice to have you, especially on Super Bowl Sunday. Thanks. We changed our time because we forget about sports unless it's soccer.
That's right.
So we appreciate you coming and adjusting the time and everything. And thank you for donating everything that you've sustained us with over the last year. We are beyond grateful for. And tonight, your donations get split between us and Pinkerton Raid. And you are doing great things for independent musicians who are currently in their second bedrooms of their houses playing music for you.
Right.
Here's brother. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Moved to Colorado in his 27th year, living like that old John Denver song. Said he had to go and try to learn to love again.
So we said go now, but brother, don't be long.
He moved out to the mountains because he heard the air was fresh. He got news about his family and thought he'd go and find some rest. He said, I think I'll never want to learn to love again. We said,
Try and do your best, and try not to give up just yet. 'Cause I never had a brother of my own. There was nobody else living in my home.
but you've shown me the way. Patience, sadness, and I
Thank you for that.
I was born into this life all on my own. Yeah, there were others, but they told me that they never made it home. So when I finally went and I got myself grown, well, I made a family out of water and the blood that makes us home. And he came into my kitchen on a warm Sunday night. He said, I got something to tell you. Just saved your husband's life. Remembering it now, well, I wish that I looked him in the eye and said, you
Think that it was his, but it was mine.
no, I never had a brother of my own. There was
Nobody else living in my home.
but you showed me the way. Loving kindness, and I
Thank you for that.
Sorry for the things that made you run. Man, I wish that I could take them from your wish. You could be done. In the very least, I thought I'd have you know that no matter how lost you get in me, you'll always have a home. Oh, please come home. 'Cause I never had a brother of my own. There was nobody else living in my home.
But you showed me.
Me the way of loving kindness, patience, sadness, and
I thank you for that.
Oh yeah.
I thank you for that.
How can I
Thank you for that.
Thanks, buds.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
We're just here waiting. That's not much to ask. That was a nice song though.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever actually seen each other play live.
Well, I got to see you guys down here last year.
Oh, I totally forgot about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, because you did get to play a show in Chapel Hill, even though the Durham thing was canceled by the snow.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes, I forgot about the Chapel Hill show, and I love how those three cities are just so close to each other. So that worked out perfectly, because if it, that other show had ended up getting canceled, so it was kind of great. We got to hang out,
Yeah.
which was fun.
Yeah.
This is great because we didn't have to make up a question for you.
I had one, but
Oh.
let's let Matt ask his question.
Yeah. Okay, so Matt Wheeler is asking,
Through the chair.
what is the origin of the band name, the Pinkerton Raid? I beg your pardon if that was answered before. No, it was not, Matt.
No. Yeah. Thanks for asking about that. So when I first started so first of all, I guess you should know that my mama named me Jesse James. When I was born, and when I was a kid, I always thought I was kind of self-conscious about it. It seemed like I'm not really a cowboy. There's not much that's cowboy-like about me, really.
Oh, I thought you were.
So it felt like this almost kind of flamboyant name that didn't feel like me or something, you know. And she would say, oh, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think about the outlaw or the history or any of that. It was just, I just liked the way the names sounded together, which was always a little hard for me to believe, but you know, it's what it is.
How did that one go over her head?
It's my name. It's my name. So when I got to be a grown-up, and I just thought, well, this is my name, you know. I'm either gonna change it, but I don't hate it to change it, but I don't want to hide from it either if it's the name I've got, you know. So I just started, like, and I'm a journalist as well. That was kind of my first career. So I actually started doing my byline as Jesse James DeConto, and that was my way of trying to embrace it. So when I was forming the band, I'd always kind of played music with my family up until about 12, 13 years ago. I mean, and I still do play music with my family, but it was sort of like the main thing that I did. And so when I wanted to kind of form a band on my own with my own sort of musical vision for it, I wasn't sure if I would be able to kind of like assemble the lineup in a way that would be consistent or not. I just didn't have any reference for it. I was afraid. I know that's a challenge for a lot of people. And so, you know, you have people who are essentially one person who's a band, but they have different people that play with them. They might come in and out, have studio players or live players, and they're all part of the band at different moments, but it's like something that a person, you know, one person kind of has to own. And so I thought, well, maybe that's how it's going to have to be for me, because I just didn't know. And so I really, this is a long like wind up, but I just wanted something related to Jesse James in case it needed to be Jesse James and the whatever.
Right.
If it came down to it. And so I just did some research. And so the Pinkerton raid is like, it's a historical moment. It happened in 1875. And there's a security company. They're like, kind of like, what's the word? Mercenaries. You know, they're like, they have the power, and they have the firepower and the authority of like government, you know, police or the army or whatever, but they actually are privateers. So they're called the Pinkerton National Detective Agency. And they still exist, actually. You can still hire them to secure your business or your gold or your bank or whatever.
Your gold's in the ground.
Yeah. But they were like arch rivals or the arch nemesis of the James gang. And so they actually firebombed the ranch, the James Ranch, in 1875, but the gang wasn't there. They didn't get any of them, and they actually sadly killed a little kid. One of their half brother, who was like 9 years old, died in the fire, and their mother Zerelda Samuels actually lost part of her arm in the fire. And if you've ever heard the Tom Waits song, Diamond in Your Mind, always keep a diamond in your mind, he actually references that. Says Zerelda Samuels ain't never prayed since she lost her arm in the Pinkerton raid, I think is how the lyric goes.
I just got chills.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's so it's like, you know, it's a pretty dark story. And I think what drew me to it and what felt authentic to me about it is that you don't really know who the good guys are and the bad guys are. Like you kind of think the criminals in this case are actually the good guys, you know. And that's the cool thing about the Jesse James legend, you know, is that he's like this Robin Hood character. So even though he's a criminal, he's the good guy.
And then
or
the
at
good
least
guys,
not totally the bad guy.
Yeah, and then the good guys end up killing the kid, and
Right,
it gets all like messed up.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is such a good story about your band name. I love that.
Yeah, it feels like humanity to me. You know,
Yeah.
I think we just try to carve up people into, you know, good and bad or whatever categories we have, and nobody really fits. It's like messier than that.
Totally. Thank you so much.
thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Matt, for that question. That was awesome. And we're going to kick ourselves out again and let you all play a tune.
All right. Thanks, guys. We're gonna play a song called "The Boys from Lowell" in honor of the fact that we're swapping songs here with our friends from Massachusetts. I actually grew up in Massachusetts and New Hampshire as a little kid, and actually after college, I went to college in Ohio, but I went back to New Hampshire for 4 or 5 years. And came back down here to North Carolina in 2004. But this is a song about being a little kid in a place called Lowell, Massachusetts. It's called "The Boys from Lowell." Daybreak to nightfall like the Chinese did. In California he spends innocent time. The Massachusetts, he ain't even 12 years old. His pa got hurt from a flying shuttle like his granddad did before. Oh, 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 he's gonna fly down to the river. The dam's over back the water. He's gonna follow the rocks wherever they lead to where the ocean meets the sky. I on the river. He's gonna fly. Stories in autumn leaves his mouth sing to the streets of the city where the saints are buried. They go to the French social club, St. Louis to France. There's Chinese cooking downtown. He skips class when the nuns ain't looking, 'cause the bookshelves take him somewhere. He's gonna fly down to the river. The dam's holding back the water. He's gonna follow them rocks wherever they lead to where the ocean meets the sky. I on the river. He's gonna fly. On the third day of a triple-decker, little Jamie zooms his X-Wing fighter. Got it down at the Central Plaza where the Aquaman underwear. He wears them proud outside his pants, and the Chinese neighbors, they're cooking downstairs. He ain't never seen a little Johnny. Stations of the Cross out back Franco-American school. Oh, 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 he's gonna fly down to the river. The dam's holding back the water. He's gonna follow the rocks wherever they lead to where the ocean meets the sky. I on the river. He's gonna fly.
gonna fly.
It's called The Boys from Lowell.
Woo!
Thanks, y'all.
We were going to ask you to play that one
Oh, nice.
because we live on the first floor of a triple-decker in Worcester.
That's right.
And Worcester and Lowell were both kind of like the hearts of the Industrial Revolution in New England. There's these, like the song says, there's like a river through Lowell, or it's probably a canal, right? So like man-made canal through the city.
Well, there's both. Yeah, they have canals
Okay.
that run like next to the river and around it, but the Merrimack River runs through it. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
very big and
Merrimack
wide.
Merrimack goes through Lowell, and then they built all these canals like through the downtown of the city to bring all the water into the factories, and there's still mills lining the canal. And then Worcester was exactly the same. There's the Blackstone River, and they built all these canals running into the downtown, and you can still see the big factories, and now they're getting turned into like coffee shops and stuff, which is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
And also like gentrification is a thing we're worried about here, but that's all of New England, post-industrial New England. So how do you all feel about playing one more? We always end up chatting so much during these live streams that our set lists get pared down more than we thought.
Okay,
So if we play one more and you all play one more, does that feel
Sure.
doable?
Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you all going to watch the game tonight?
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
we are. Yeah. The Patriots were a big part of like my family. I don't know, bonding identity.
So how you
So-
feeling about all this?
Well, I mean, I just it is what it is. It's cliche, right? It's a business though, and they didn't go. They just I feel like they could have gone out, built a team around Brady if they had chosen to and give him a shot, but he didn't trust that they were doing that. So I don't really blame him. I feel like he felt kind of disrespected, and he didn't, they didn't seem to be. He had actually sacrificed a lot of pay that he could have gotten over the decades if he'd gone out into free agency. I mean, we're talking about in the realm of football, NFL, big time sports, so it's none of it makes any sense. None of the
Right.
dollar figures make any sense. But
Right.
in that world, I feel like he thought they're not supporting me by building the team or paying me in a respectful way. I can go get it somewhere else and win. I think the winning was more important to him than the money probably, and he's done it. I don't know. Nobody heard of him 20 years ago, and he like made the Patriots worth watching.
Yeah.
So I gotta kind of stick with him and see.
You gotta
I'm rooting
respect
for
him too. So,
Yeah.
so you're rooting for Florida?
Yeah.
All right. I'm wondering about New Englanders, if they're like gonna go with Tom Brady or if they're vehemently gonna root against Tom Brady. It's
We have some folks. Yeah, we have some New England folks on here, so
for sure. Let us
y'all
know.
can chime in if you've got an opinion.
Totally. So curious.
We've heard Jesse's opinion. Feel free to fight back if you want.
Yeah,
That's right.
totally.
I know that these are divisive.
These are really
topics,
divisive
so.
times. We try to keep this anxiety relief pretty
We
non-divisive.
try to keep it anxiety
but-
free.
But like, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just can't skirt around the topic.
That's true, especially when it comes to Tom Brady.
We're obviously probably
I
not
almost
gonna
said Drew
watch it.
Bledsoe, which was like so
Wow, you're
embarrassing.
old.
Yeah.
You're old. I grew up in Connecticut, so I'm a Giants fan. So sorry to all the New Englanders. I'm sorry. I've hated the last 100 years of Patriots victories, except for the Giants beating the Patriots. I was
Yeah.
here in Worcester, Massachusetts, and it was a pretty glorious day for me. I think a
You
lot of
Giants
you-
fans, yeah.
A lot of people are going to log out of the anxiety relief now because now they've realized that they don't like me anymore. So, all right, so we're going to play a song about the springtime.
In honor of the snowstorm.
We are in 25 inches of snow at this point because we had 14 the other day, and today it just kept on
It's dumping.
dumping. So
That's right.
this is a song about the spring. May it come soon.
May it come soon. Arise, my darling, come spend this day with me. Yeah, the winter has left our hillside, leaving flowers in retreat. It's the season for songs, and every tree holds a melody. So arise, my darling, arise, come spend this day with me. There's no place left to go. Yeah, there's nothing left to find. My life is full with you. My life is full with you. Bliss me with the kisses of your lips, more pleasing than the sweetest wine. And I'm longing, yes, I'm longing to drink in deep, spinning dizzy in my mind. Your skin like lilacs in the springtime, it's just a hint to capture all my senses. When I'm longing, yes, I'm longing to breathe in deep, spinning dizzy in my mind. There's no place left to go. Yeah, there's nothing left to find. My life is full with you. My life is full with you. So let's go dancing through the vineyard. We'll float on soft through sun-swept vineyard. Let's go dancing through the vineyard. Float on soft through sun-swept vineyards. Yeah, yeah. Let's go out dancing, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Yeah, yeah. We'll go out dancing, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Yeah, yeah, let's go out dancing, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Yeah, yeah, well, we go out dancing, spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. Spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. I'll spin you around, spin you around, spin you around. Spin you around, spin you around, spin you around. Spin you around, spin you around, spin you around.
Whoops. All right. I wish it were spring. I'm gonna do the littlest bit of housekeeping for a second. Just want to again thank everyone for being here. We're also grateful. Our neighbor's vacuuming, so if you hear that loud sound, sorry. We're in a triple decker, so this is our life right now. Speaking of which, we have been stranded from touring for a year now. A year ago, right around this time, we were down in North Carolina, getting snowed out of concerts down there as well, even though we try to go down south during February. But this year, nothing, obviously. And we're all really grateful that you've been joining us online. I know it's not the same as live music, but you've been with us for almost a year now, and we are beyond grateful. Thank you for donating. Every single dollar is so helpful for independent musicians right now. As you know, our livelihood normally came from touring and playing live shows, and so your donations really sustain us through this tricky time of our career. Tonight, everything gets split 50-50 between us and the Pinkerton Raid, so thank you for your generosity. Please go check out pinkertonraid.com/band. They are releasing all kinds of singles lately and coming up, and some amazing sounding videos, so please keep in touch with them. Please keep in touch with us, thepromiseshope.com, or if you'd like to support us monthly on Patreon, we'd love to have you part of the family. We release a new song every single month that our patrons get to hear secretly before anybody else does, so we'd love to have you come and join us there. And I think that's all the housekeeping we have to do. So, I'll ask you guys one more question. We really like ending our live streams with this question. There is certainly a lot to not necessarily be grateful for these days, but is there anything COVID related or just in general or just today that you are grateful for?
She asked if there's anything COVID related or just in the moment that we're grateful for. Yeah, I mean, I would say, just being healthy and the people close to me are healthy, and that's just not something to take for granted. Yeah, we've been able to avoid it, and I think that this year has sort of forced me to figure out how to do a better job of building community. Ultimately, what we are doing, I think, and I think we see sort of eye to eye on this, that what we're doing with music is just trying to build community with it.
100%.
And I that becomes kind of more obvious when you're able to play with people in the flesh, in the same room, in the same space.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's not as obvious in cyberspace, but I'm grateful for kind of being forced to try to figure that out, because I just probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And there now, there are beautiful relationships and connections that I'm able to experience by putting some effort into that part of it.
Yeah, I mean, this year forced us all to select a very core group of people and dive massively deeper, than any of us ever thought. And it also taught us what lengths we're willing to go to form that kind of community, or what lengths we're not willing to go to. Many of us for the first time were forced to figure out what our boundaries are, or even figure out, because I have had some dark moments during this quarantine, and so you're forced for maybe the first time, or maybe the first time in several years, to figure out how you cope, and what are the things that are ceaselessly and flawlessly life-giving to you as a person, right? As opposed to the things that we just placate ourselves with on a normal day-to-day basis that frankly come nowhere close enough to satisfying you when certain things are taken away.
Totally.
So, lots of good things come out of trial.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wish he could hear us, but please relay that. Couldn't have said that better myself. That's exactly like absolutely every word was our experience this last year. Yeah, big time.
You know how people put 100 on the little icon? What do you call it?
Emoji.
Yeah, that's basically what she said. Like,
yeah.
You got a 100.
100.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks everyone in the comments for being here. Please check out the Pinkerton Raid. They're going to play one more song for us out, and then we'll say goodbye. Please, in the comments, as our little tradition, tell us what you're grateful for to end the night. All right. Take us away, guys.
Thanks so much. We're gonna play Larry's request of Jefferson Davis Highway. We haven't played it in several months or a few months. So hopefully this is well advised. I think we can do it. So I know we mentioned playing Au Cheval earlier, but I think what we'll do is just let you hear it, let you hear the record version when it comes out. That comes out. And yes, I see pinkertonradio.com/band coming up. So please, if you like what you hear or are curious to hear more, please go to that site. And there's a widget in there where you can follow us on Spotify and pre-save that song Au Cheval so that when it comes out, you'll get a notification. And it'll also give us your email so that we can let you know when new music is coming out and when we're coming to New England, hopefully, within a year or a year and a half or so when it's safe to do that. It is my native home, so I love to come up there and play for old friends and family and stuff. And when you do that, when you pre-save that song Au Cheval, it'll also take you, if you follow it through, to a secret video for Cinnamon Sweet, the first song that we played tonight. That's coming out, like I said, on Thursday in a premiere, but you can get early access to it if you do that pre-save. And that means a lot to us. Having people who are interested enough to be on our email mailing list is just it's a great gift to us as musicians, because we have to be able to communicate and let you know what we're doing. So thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Eric and Ash. They're really dear, sweet people, and I'm grateful to share this night with them. All right, Larry, here is Jefferson Davis Highway.
Afraid of the dark. Peace officers are making war, and they don't talk. Bless your hearted people, they silence the word of the prophets who tell them the truth. You should have learned by now. We ride the Jefferson Davis Highway, singing God's own country. Jefferson Davis Highway, singing God's own country. Hey! Main Street's named for the president. He commanded the Confederates to defend them Dixie Pharaohs against the armies of the Lord. Main Street, it's got a monument for the fighters, for the cause. We gotta tear it down like that battle flag, 'cause the war is over now. We ride the Jefferson Davis Highway, singing God's own country. Jefferson Davis Highway, singing God's own country. Davis singing God's own country. Come on, Jefferson Davis Howard singing God's own country. Jefferson Davis Howard singing God's own country. Ooh, yeah. We're singing God's own country. Yeah, we'll sing. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. We'll sing. That's Jefferson Davis Highway. Thanks for listening, y'all.
Thank you so much for playing that song.
It's a
I
great
love
way
it.
to go out, yeah.
And Larry was right. Feels relevant. It's always a shock to the system to be in North and South Carolina on tour and see so many Confederate monuments and things named after Confederates. It's definitely different. Well,
Change is coming though.
yeah. It's been really beautiful. Last time we were down there, we were near Nashville, and I think somebody spray painted. There's like a monument of a Confederate soldier, and someone spray painted it pink, which was very awesome. Well, cool. So this was so great. It was so great to see you.
Me too.
Sending so much love down to North Carolina. Send sunshine to us.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Melt the snow. Thank you, everybody who comes to these anxiety relief concerts. We're so grateful to have you all here. And this was the Pinkerton Raid, where the promise is hope. You can donate at Venmo or PayPal, and you can donate all week. So if you happen to be watching this like on Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Donate. We don't do the bookkeeping, the accounting until like Friday. So if you're not so sure if you should donate or not, totally do. And we'll be sure you're sending it to our Venmo and PayPal, but we'll be sure that we're splitting everything right in half and sending half to the Pinkerton Raids. So thank you again for your generosity and your love and support of independent musicians. We're so glad to have you and so glad that you're part of our community. We'll see you next week for Valentine's Day. Maybe we'll play love songs, or maybe we'll go off brand and play breakup songs or something.
Ooh.
That might be fun.
Yeah, it could be fun.
Awesome. We'll see you all soon. Have a lovely Super Bowl. Stay safe. Don't go to a large gathering, please. We're almost through this thing. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. Love you all very much.
Thanks, y'all.